the next item, the next sort of structural device, it's closely related to these, is surprise. And that is, even though hearing a story, we're anticipating what's going to happen and you want us to be, you don't want to start making everything predictable. Every once in a while, something has to happen that just comes out of the blue, and there's no expectation that that's going to happen. Sometimes this surprise will actually be purposely going against what we have been anticipating. Or you as the storyteller, you create anticipation of something at times that you know is not going to end up the way everybody's anticipating it will. So in Mark Brown's story about Eddie, I mean, the way he builds that story is, it seems like what we are anticipating is it's going to be almost a cliche story. It's going to be a RUDY story. Okay? The athlete that's been warming the bench all this time, it's the last game of the season, at the end of that game, and then all at once he's going to get called in. Now, because everybody knows RUDY, or if you haven't seen it, it's that type of thing. It's like I came in, I started a waitress and I came out a star. If you could go back enough to know that Broadway cliche. Okay, so in RUDY, it's like, what's he going to do? And finally he gets put into the big game, and you know, we're hoping it'll be victorious and so on. So Mark Brown plays on that idea that we've seen that and tells this story. And one of the powerful things about the story is he builds up and builds up and builds up to what we think is going to be Eddie's chance to go into the game and find his glory. And then it turns out he can't go into the game after all. He's not allowed after making that long trek. And so that isn't something we can anticipate. Mark doesn't give us clues that that might happen. That's a surprise. That's a twist that we don't expect. And it works really well, because think of the emotion we feel. It's like, oh no, we can't even play now. Oh no, that's awful. And so it goes against the anticipation to have a surprise that heightens the emotion even more, because it's not what we expect. Now, you want a lot more anticipation than surprise in your story, but you don't want to make everything just as it seems like it's going to be. You want to surprise, you want to surprise about certain things, even small things. I mean, in Michael Mayer's story, he was anticipating at least he's going to get coffee before he goes at the crack of dawn in the dark and the snow into this thing. And then the surprise is Starbucks doesn't open that early, and now he's not going to get it. Now that may seem small. It's not like, whoa, what an emotional moment. But when you build up, when you add in these little devices as you're telling the story, and don't give everything away or create anticipation or create curiosity as you go, the sum total of those is going to make the story more and more emotionally involving.